You saw that Amanda Bynes podcast is out now, right?
I haven't heard any of it yet. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard it either. Great. I did link it. I plan on listening to it. It's only like 28 minutes long. So the first episode's out. It's only a half hour. But she went on TikTok to thank her fans, and everybody's saying, why you look different? Because
she looks bizarre.
She's got platinum blonde hair. She's got blue eyebrows. And, of course, she has that heart tattoo on her face.
So stupid.
Like a nose ring. Is that
she looks ridiculous.
I want to thank everyone who watched the first episode of the podcast. I had the best time filming it. It was so much fun.
Why do you talk that way?
I also want to thank Dahlia Moth for being an amazing first guest on the show. Also, we are filming the next episode in 2 weeks.
Are you a robot?
Tune into that
Are you
episode
AI,
as well. Thank
Amanda
you so
Bynes?
much for the support. And I love you all, and I hope you all have a beautiful night.
Oh my God, that's great.
Can you bring up the episode of the podcast?
I hope she talks
everyone.
like this.
Welcome to Amanda Bynes and Paul Semensky, the podcast.
Who?
Today we are welcoming Dahlia Moth on our show.
Hi, everyone. Nice. Hello, everybody. Hi, I am
weird
Paul,
accent come from that women have.
Welcome
who's this
to
dude?
our beautiful
This
guest.
is Paul Semensky. He's the co-host.
Who is he?
Paul Semensky. Fuck. What are you talking about?
How are you guys doing today?
Oh my God.
Everybody knows
we are
Paul
doing
Semensky.
fabulously.
I love these
Yes.
voices. These voices are absurd.
Here.
Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
Okay, awesome. Are you ready for the questions?
She's so aggressive.
Okay, great.
you ready for
our
the
first question
questions?
for you, Dahlia,
First
is
question for you is.
So we're 30 seconds into their debut podcast. They haven't introduced
great.
themselves whatsoever. They're
Yeah, he did. He said
Not
he's Paul.
really. No, they have not made everyone comfortable in their seats.
They're 30 seconds deep.
Should I just go to the questions?
Ready for question number one? Dahlia Moth, my tattoo artist.
Amanda Bynes, boy, she is in a hurry. Whenever she's talking,
She is.
She's
She's got a
very
lot to do.
aggressive and to the point.
She's got a busy schedule.
so what do you do for work and what inspired you to be in that industry?
Who talks like
So
that?
I'm a tattoo artist.
This is a
I do
fourth grade
microrealism
project?
as well as gothic realism. I kind of do a little bit of everything just to keep it fun and so I don't get kind of bored. And originally I was a model and I didn't really like the message that I was sending
Oh,
with
shut
that.
up. Shut
it's not
up.
a very beneficial thing to the community.
What was the message you were sending with
society,
that?
So I wanted to do something that was a little bit
No,
better
she won't-
and
she won't
beneficial-
respond to her answer.
beneficial
She'll
for
ask the
society.
question
So
on
I
her
wanted
piece of
to do
paper.
tattooing.
That's super rad. So,
That's incredible.
if you wouldn't mind, as somebody that's not intimately affiliated with the world of tattoos, you mentioned like gothic realism and like
Yes.
micro-realism. Like, can you
Yeah.
elaborate on those a little
So
bit?
No.
gothic realism is kind of the
Paul
dark
is here for the
spooky stuff
follow-up
that's
questions.
niche, but I kind of do a little bit of everything. And with the micro stuff, it can also be considered fine line. So super small, intricate line. work.
Cares.
Oh, very nice.
here
Do you
we
have
go.
a favorite tattoo that you've done?
That one's hard because it's like they're kind of like my kids, like all my little tattoo children. But if I had to pick one, I'd say it wasn't probably my
Paul's gonna have the follow-up,
best
right?
tattoo that I've done,
Yes.
but it was very sentimental because it
It's
was on
like
my
ping
mother.
pong doubles.
And so that it was a little moth, and so I keep that one.
He's gonna
close to
pretend
my
it's
heart.
very interesting.
Oh, I love that too.
Absolutely love that.
So what does friendship mean to you?
What does friendship mean to
And
you?
what do you appreciate most about your best friend, for example?
What did she
Something
talk
to look
about?
for, especially I think in LA too, is it can be very difficult to find genuine people. So I think authenticity and just
Is
being,
this AI Amanda Bynes?
No, it would be more real.
is something that I really, really value because it's not something that you see very frequently.
AI would never sound like that.
Do you have a lot of like
Just a follow-up.
friends in the industry? How does that work? Is it kind
How
of
does that work?
cutthroat or is it more like open,
It wouldn't be
see.
friends then.
supportive? Like,
Yeah, I mean, with the way that we work, at least at my shop, we're
a
almost
great
like a little
opening
tattoo
guest.
family, right? So it's
A
we're
rando
constantly working with
tattoo
each
artist.
other. We work like all the time, so you kind of grow and you become bonded with the people around you. So I'd say honestly, my closest friends would be my coworkers. Yeah.
Here we go.
That's awesome. So another question: what motivates you to get up in the morning?
What motivates you to get up in the morning?
Relationships,
We need that drop. That's
money
awesome.
or success?
Oh, that's a.
Sauce. Can you back that up a
think
second?
it depends on
First
the
of all,
day.
I'm dying to hear her say that's awesome again.
It's so disingenuous.
Do you have a lot of like friends in the industry? How does that work? Is it kind of cut?
Bonded with the people around you. So I'd say honestly, my closest friends would be my coworkers.
Coworkers, yeah.
That's awesome. So another question: what motivates you to get up in the morning? Are you driven by relationships, money, or success?
That is so cool. Fun fact about me: the only time I've ever been abroad was to Montreal,
Yeah.
and it was before you needed a passport.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
was like in second grade, and
What a fun
my
fact.
parents took me there, and we went to that
It's
big
turning into a
house.
story, though.
Oh,
It's
shoot.
called. The one on Drake
Yeah.
Views.
Amanda is not engaged at all.
What'd you think of it though? Did you like it, Beck? Or?
You know, I really enjoyed it. It was super cool because I remember we had dinner on the tower and it rotates.
Yep, it's super snazzy.
And then we bought these like glass souvenirs.
Are you the guest now?
Wow.
Do you still have them?
Are they trying to make this as boring as
Probably not.
possible?
Meanwhile, Amanda's just sitting there ready to scream her next
My grandma
question.
and grandpa were from Toronto, Canada.
Oh, you were Canadian.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
We gravitate towards each other.
Exactly.
Magnets.
Absolutely love that. Oh,
He
how
loves
long did you spend
everything.
in Vancouver before?
First 14 years of my life. Yeah. So a good majority.
So was it like kind of straight from Vancouver
I like
to
how she
LA?
laughs at everything
And
she
then
says.
What was that transition like?
You know what? I think it can be.
My grandma and grandpa are from
For
Toronto.
immigrants, pretty difficult. I think I got kind of lucky considering that Canada's like culture is pretty similar to America's, other than like lingo. Like even at work, in the workplace, like sometimes I'll say, like little Canadian
Will she laugh
slang
at
that
the
I don't
end?
realize y'all don't say here.
Yeah,
so
but Amanda
What are
won't.
some examples? Question: do you ever feel like you're very far from home, being that you're from Canada? Or have you acclimated to Los Angeles?
I've acclimated pretty well. I mean, the opportunities here versus Canada.
Has she done
I
that
feel
multiple
like,
times where she's like,
are pretty
question?
significant, so it's hard to
Yes.
miss. Where I lived, at least in Canada,
I
was
wanna know
mostly,
what she's
woods,
on.
So they're,
What's making
you can
her
miss the
like
nature
this?
for sure.
She's
Sometimes
great.
I miss
I
the
love
weather, but the
everything
weather
Amanda Bynes does.
in LA is so much better.
I'm fascinated.
So I don't miss it too much.
Yeah, I totally relate to that. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I need like
There's veins
car
popping out of
noises.
Amanda's forehead. She wants to ask you questions so bad.
Dripping onto a piece of paper like this.
Helicopters,
Yeah.
like that
Really
is the
tightly.
soundtrack to like my stable, calm mind.
Question.
Right.
And like,
Thank you.
so
Appreciated.
if the apocalypse happens, I know whose
Paul,
plan
you
I'm
fucking
joining.
hog.
It's
Let's do
definitely
it.
yours.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Fucking interview
Same
hog.
here.
Like,
Make
I'm in.
a trio,
absolutely.
survivalist trio.
So I wanted to ask.
I mean, in his,
most
defense,
about
she could be passed out right now.
what about living here?
I wonder if she'll
really
ever say another word, honestly.
does it
Oh,
for
she's
you?
got at least 4 more
You know,
questions on her piece of
I'm
paper.
in Los Angeles for tons
She
of
might be
different
gone. She might be
reasons.
out.
You know, I came here
Yeah.
for school originally, and
Skull?
now look at me.
Came for
doing
skull?
podcasts. Like
Something
who would
put
have
between
thought,
cheek and
right?
gum or
But
school?
I was just curious, like what does LA like mean to you?
Yeah, I'd say for me, I think like the reason
This
why it was
has
so
to be the most
intriguing to
boring
live here
podcast
was
ever.
Oh, I'm so entertained though by it.
I am too.
Here's
I am.
like no other
No,
place
it's
I've
so
seen.
boring
I've
it
lived in New
works.
York for a year.
And that's one of the things that I think I
love seeing
appreciate
Here comes
about
the
it
dumb
the
story
most,
from
too.
Paul.
It's just the fact that like you never know when you're gonna meet somebody just
Tell us about someone you
wild
met,
and
Paul.
different,
100%.
and fun, and like just the knowledge that like that could happen at like the
That
grocery
can happen
store,
anywhere, you
that could
fuckface.
happen literally anywhere. It's really cool, like, and it's one of the qualities that I think
It's
I
so
appreciate
good. So
the
good.
most. But
Bolty.
since I love that story, by the way. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
you love every story.
Yeah, back
Thank
before.
you, Spirit Halloween Store,
Spirit Halloween.
for
We love
bringing
that.
us all together.
Exactly.
This is so incredible. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about your time in the modeling industry
Yeah.
because I know you mentioned
God, this
you
will be
kind of
hideous.
felt, like uncomfortable with working in that
Then
field.
why were you
and
fucking modeling?
gravitated away.
What shop do you work at?
I work at the California Dream in North Hollywood.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
They're great. My little family.
I am definitely going to be paying y'all a visit at some point.
Please do.
Shut up, Paul.
Many tattoos that
Let me see how
I
he.
don't have any money, Paul. Shut up.
See how she wraps it up.
Sounds good.
I
We're
hope
almost through the whole goddamn
with the
episode.
fact that like
It's great.
some of the tattoos I want to get are like really stupid.
I love
Like-
that.
I can't
honestly,
imagine them being
it's
stupid.
Get one on your
better.
forehead.
I can. So my
are they?
my biggest innovation right now is I really, really, really want to get an @ sign on my pointer finger so I can point
At you.
at you.
Okay.
Oh, fuck
like
off,
it.
Paul. All right, go ahead. Go to the
You're so clever.
dork.
Right, no problem.
Man, you could do
Yeah,
better.
it's going to be a really awkward ending, I predict.
Going back
There's only a minute and a half left, so let's see how they
I
wrap.
want to thank my guests. That's the end of the show. See you enjoy us next week.
LA
Totally.
too. There's so much fun stuff to do. You know.
Oh my
You're
god!
working all day.
Like parties don't really
Yeah.
get popping until after like 11:30.
Oh, literally.
Everyone knows that.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Awesome. Well, what is your Instagram so our viewers can follow you?
Yeah, for sure. So my work Instagram is dahliamoth.inc. And then if you want to follow me on my personal, which is more of like my modeling stuff, you can see it's at dahliamoth.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Dahlia, for being our first guest on our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
We
Loved
had
having you on the show.
So much fun.
So much
You're
fun.
an absolute delight. I hope everybody goes and
Rate,
follows
review, subscribe.
Dahlia.
Yeah,
This was such a lovely, exquisite
I
experience.
love it. And make sure y'all follow for the next episodes too. I'm excited to see what you guys do with this.
Thank you.
We've got a lot of exciting things down in the pipeline.
you don't.
So
For
we
sure.
will be back next week.
Love it.
And
2 weeks.
yeah, as I said, I am
Amanda.
Paul. I also have social media. I am at Mermaid Fairy. That's mermaid _ FAERIE.
That's embarrassing.
I'm Amanda, 1986.
And yeah,
And that is it.
this
Thanks,
is
everyone.
the Amanda Bynes and Paul Saminsky podcast.
That's right.
Yay.
Dahlia.
Thank you, Dahlia.
Thanks.
Oh my God, that is
That's it.
wow. Awesome. I loved every second
There's
of
got to
that.
be a control panel in the back of Amanda Bynes' head. I think they set the controls before the podcast, and they set them too rigidly.
And when she picked her handle, she wrote her name 3 times because she forgot she wrote it the first.
Amanda,
1986.
My parents were born in Toronto.
Wow, is that weird?
That was great.
Holy shit.
I love that. I love that Paul loves every story.
What does Paul get out of being Amanda's friend?
Who is he?
Who knows?
Besides, what was it? What was this thing? What fairy?
Mermaid Fairy.
Mermaid _ Fairy.
My new favorite show.